It was 2 games ago that you really called out the defense, and I'm wondering how much of that was you wanting to hold yourself accountable, and then how did you feel like you and the team overall responded to that tonight?
It was holding myself accountable mainly, but also holding the team. We got a lot of guys who's really good defensively, and we know how good we can be. We know how good we want to be, and it wasn't showing in the previous games. And tonight we came out very aggressive defensively. I think it was like 13 blocks, 8 steals, or something like that, and just being more active with our hands, being more active with our bodies, and first half holding the team like that to 46 points, a team who could score at will. So we just want to dig in a little deeper on the defensive end and make sure that, we start picking up the defensive intensity and start being a defensive team that we know we can be.
Dan?
Hey, Eddie. Christian Wood said that this was a game that he had circled on his calendar. I'm curious, do you hear stuff like that? Is that something that, and kind of what do you think when you hear something like that?
I'll just go out there and play basketball. I don't think it was, anything crazy. I know Seawood, we played in New Orleans together. Who's a guy who's always kind of leaned on me for, helping the league and, worked with him when I was in New Orleans on some moves and stuff. So I didn't see it. I heard about it. Didn't know if it was true or not, but I didn't look at it no type of way. I just went out there and just played basketball, to be honest.
One thing, big game, James, this Laker team's 5-0 on the road. And the crazy thing about the schedule now is kind of beat up this Rockets teams, and now you got to play them again.
Yeah.
Right?
Hard to do, by the way. Hard to beat a team back to back. They make adjustments. They have redemption on their mind. Cousins coming back. But the Lakers will have to, that's going to be their challenge, in the bubble for everyone.
Yeah.
Playing these back-to-back games like this.
Some fun games in there. You got Rockets, you got Steph coming to town, you got Bucks.
Yeah, definitely some fun games. I like the 2-game set, though. I think it, typically during the season, you don't get that playoff-like experience until the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Where you go to town,
Adjust.
you're there for 5 to 6 days.
Yeah,
you have to make those adjustments in between the game. That opponent's going to come back. You beat them that game, they're coming back to get you the next one. So I think that'll be a good experience. And then, a lot of people will see if the strength and schedule kind of changes, how well the Lakers are playing right now.
You know what I'm hearing from Fish? He wanted to be able to open that suitcase in Charlotte and take his clothes out for a few days.
Maybe have a meal.
Pull that little thing out of the closet
Charlotte
and put that down.
Yeah. Right. Maybe Chicago or something.
Chicago, New York, Miami.
Hello and welcome to Access Sportsnet. Lakers driven by your Southern California Honda dealers. Chris McGee, James Worthy, Derek Fisher, Mike Bresnahan pouting outside, but he will be here. His Steelers are absolutely getting rolled. Allie Clifton, Mike Trudell will be handling the post-game interviews. Guys, what a game for the Lakers. Everyone scored 120 points. They dominated from the opening tip. We've wanted fast starts. We got it, James. And defensively, best game of the year. 21 Rocket turnovers, 13 steals, 9 blocks. I don't know where you want to start, but what an all-around game for the Lakers.
Yeah, it was pretty much a complete game. Started out a little sluggish, turned the ball over in the first half, but this is what it feels like when you're building something. And I think, the guys are enjoying playing together. You see the communication. You see, them really enjoying playing the game. But defensively, what they were able to do on the fast break, 32 points, I think, on the fast
that's
break.
Another good one, yep.
Capitalizing on every turnover. And I just think their defense is just outstanding. I know we talk about their offense, AD, and what they were able to do, but everything that Houston threw at them, when they had a little comeback, the Lakers took a timeout, and that's what I like about them. They're able to recognize where they are. Game was down to about 9 or 10 points, then they just turned it on again. Collectively, steals, fast breaks, open shots. They just played a good game.
Yeah, 10 games in going into tonight, 7-3. In the pregame, we showed an interview where LeBron talked about, I give the team, B+, B. We're doing some good things. but I see an opportunity for us to continue to get better, and we see it as a team. And I feel like they turned the page from 10 games. All right, let's put that in the rearview mirror. This next, 5, 10 game set, let's start to set some new standards. Let's create some new habits. Let's start to raise our level of engagement and really start to put our stamp on what kind of team we can be this season.
I like the way you said that, level of engagement. They were off to some slow starts, kind of waiting to the fourth quarter to flip the switch. People questioning the defense a little bit in the shot blocking. They completely changed the narrative tonight. 27 points on just 12 shots for AD. He's speaking with Mike Trudell. He's not there yet. We'll go there in a second. 54 bench points, James.
That's always been a nice asset for the Lakers. They started last year, the bench came in and produced. And this year, I think, when the starting five goes out, they're not really missing anything. In fact, when that second group comes in, things go upward with Montrez going in the paint, shooter, Kuz is hitting big shots. I just really think their bench is second to none. And, they're kind of compatible to a starting team when they put them in there.
Fish, I'm going to jump in because he is ready now. 27 points on just 12 shots for AD. He's speaking with Mike Trudell.
All right, Anthony Davis. So the last time we heard from you after the Spurs game, you voiced your displeasure about the defensive effort overall and said that you wanted more. Obviously, you didn't get a chance to play in the Bulls game, but it seemed like you really had that going early in this one, AD. Was that important to you to set that tone and try to use leadership in that fashion?
Obviously. We got to be able to be a team who leads defensively. Tonight we made shots, but, every night we're not going to be able to make shots. We can't control that. And, like I said over and over, what we can't control is how we play defense, our energy and effort, and that's what we want to do tonight. I came out with emphasis of being aggressive on the defensive end, and it kind of trickled down to everybody, getting blocks. Taylor had 4 steals tonight. Trez had some blocks, Bron. So everybody, was just on point defensively. Our communication was at a high level, and Coach came in at halftime and told us that our defensive effort was off the charts tonight. Holding a team like that, I think they had 46 points at the half. A team who could score. And, we were just flying around and being who we are and seeing who we can be defensively.
Yeah, 13 steals and 8 blocks, and you mentioned it. It started early with you coming in and protecting the rim. On the other side of the floor, AD, you guys also seem to have taken a step up in efficiency. What are you seeing offensively, and how much can that continue to feed off what you're doing on defense?
Yeah, we're constantly learning each other. There's not that much practice time, so we're practicing in games. Trying to figure out how we can play with each other, and we figured it out a little bit tonight. Dennis did for sure get into his spots, making the reads. Myself, being able to make some free throws tonight where I've been pretty terrible at the line. And finding my spots, Bron, Kuz, Mark, Trez, everybody's been tailing. KCP first game back. Guys are just finding their rhythm and getting it back going. So it was good to see the ball go through the rim for sure tonight, and we just got to keep it going. Knowing that this team is a team who can score, at a high level and very quickly. So it's going to be a tough one Tuesday as well.
Yeah, so you're going to see them again. It's the third time. You had San Antonio twice. You had Memphis twice. You get Boogie back again. There were a couple things he was involved in tonight. Your Kentucky guy there. What did you see there, and how do you think that transfers over to Tuesday's matchup?
Two teams want to battle. We battled in a bubble for a playoff series, and anytime you knock a team out, they want to come in and win. And we take pride in winning on the road. And then, with Boogie, being here last year, first off, it's great to see him back on the floor playing well. For the minutes he did play tonight before the ejection, but a lot of guys are on this side is happy to see him back on the floor and doing what he loved to do. But it's always good going against a former Kentucky guy, him, John, and then some other guys over there that I also play alongside with. EJ, we call him EJ, but Eric Gordon, C. Wood, all those guys that we're able to. I had a chance to play alongside and are really close with. So that was fun. But it's going to be another matchup Tuesday. Boogie coming back. We get Marquise back. 2 guys got ejected, and then them wanted to beat us, and we want to be perfect on the road. So I'm pretty sure Tuesday will be a very interesting game.
All right, AD, plus 29 tonight. Not too bad. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Christian Wood for the Houston Rockets said he had this game circled. Anthony Davis knows all his moves. He was very excited to go up against AD. Well, AD had it circled as well. He let everyone know that I did not play in the Bulls game. I am rested and I am ready. And guys, he had almost a perfect game, if I can steal a baseball term, going. He was 8 for 8 at one point, James Fish. He finished with 27 points, 9 of 12, 6 of 7 in the paint, and shoot well from the free throw line again, 9 for 10. Oh, he had 3 blocks too.
Yeah, you know, he really asserted himself right away in this basketball game. It looked fluid. He didn't look to be forcing plays, but he definitely was aggressive to get his offensive rhythm going. But the way they defended to start the game, even though that first quarter was sloppy, I thought their offensive game really came from playing really active defense, hands in the passing lane. AD got a lot of contests and leak outs for dunks on the other end.
I'm just thinking how beneficial, this scheduling might be for AD and LeBron if they're able to rest a game like this and then come back. They had a short turnaround, 71 days. It's going to be, tough playing these cities, being there for 4 days back to back. So I thought it was a cool move to rest him in the Bulls game and then for him to come back super fresh. And I wonder if that's something they might be, looking forward to and use throughout the season.
And if you think about it, James, we haven't even got a chance to talk about THT yet, who I can't wait to talk about. But that's the thing. You were missing 2 bench guys in Wes Matthews and Markieff Morris, and your bench still goes for 54 points. You can have AD sit out a game if he's got the adductor strain, and they're able to fill in, and that's the sign of a great team. Guess what, by the way?
Who we got?
LeBron James is ready to speak. He's with Mike in the media.
Hey, LeBron, what did you notice early, specifically with AD on the defensive end? Any evolution from what we've seen in the first couple weeks?
No, just AD being AD, and just having him back in the lineup just gives us a whole other dynamic, both offensively and defensively, obviously, and it's a good start to the road trip.
How different is this matchup with the guys that are in and out from the Western Conference semis? Is that just kind of over and done with, and it's a new team, new game, and when you play Houston?
Well, one thing about it, when you play Houston, you got to be ready for that monster in James Harden, no matter what, no matter who's in the lineup for them, no matter what their personnel is, you got to be ready for him because he's capable of beating you all by himself. So, we had that mindset and seeing the health of John Wall back to his speedy self and his work. So, we just came in with a defensive mindset to get stops and get out and do what we do on the offensive end, and we was able to do that on both sides.
Dave? Dave?
Yeah, I'm here. LeBron, is there anything in particular about Talen Horton-Tucker's game that really stands out to you among all the things that he does?
Does it on both sides of the floor, and then he just listens. He's a sponge. Whatever you say to him, he's going to apply it. He's going to accept it first, and then he's going to apply it right away. There's not that many young guys that can take something on the fly and then make it happen the very next play. You saw it tonight with his ability, obviously, to go 7 for 8 from the field, but also his rebounding, his assists, his playmaking, and then having 4 steals to add on top of that. So, big time game for him, for a kid that's still growing into his own, but he's beyond his years.
Bill?
Hey, LeBron. Sorry, I thought I was muted. You might have heard me typing or something. I'm wondering if how do you look at this team? I mean, so much was made last year about your defensive identity on this team. It's obviously completely different guys, but now that you are 11 games into the season, have you gotten a taste of what this team can be defensively? Was tonight the best example of maybe it at its best?
Well, our goal is to be the number 1 defensive team in the league. And it's going to take, our film sessions. It's going to take our shoot-arounds. It's going to take the practices when we do get an opportunity to get on the floor, and then the games to continue to work those habits. We added 5 new guys to our rotation this year pretty much in Trez, Dennis Dominguez, Wes, Mark, and also Talen. So, we're all getting accustomed to one another, getting down to our rotations, what we want to build, how we build out from the paint to the perimeter. But we want to be the best defensive team in the league, and tonight was a good start today.
Last 2 questions, Kyle.
Hey, LeBron, how much did you miss KCP, and what do you think? What did you feel like he added the most tonight?
One, I mean, obviously his shot making ability, but his speed, the level of acceleration that he plays at automatically ignites our team. We play at a different pace when he's in the lineup, and his defensive approach as well, being able to guard the other top perimeter player on the other side. And he's a guy who's been in our system. It's just always great having him out there.
Dan?
Hey, LeBron. Congrats to your Browns. I'm trying to jinx them, by the way. I'm going early.
I can tell. I wasn't even going to say anything about that.
After the loss to San Antonio, Anthony was really upset about, obviously, a lot of stuff, but about defense in particular, and was pretty vocal about it. Did you like that he kind of challenged the team that way? And do you see that from him often?
No, he's a captain. He's one of the two captains that we have, including myself, and he can voice any opinion that he would like, any fact that he like for our ball club. Because one thing about it, whatever he says, he's going to apply it to himself as well. He holds himself accountable. So when he hold us accountable, we hold him accountable. He holds himself accountable, and vice versa. So, AD can say whatever he wants because it's all for the betterment of our team, and we respond to that. So we thought it was right on point. And we was able to finish that off with a very good defensive game against Chicago, even though we didn't score the ball like we're accustomed to. And then we followed up tonight with another defensive game. So, we heard them loud and clear.